Well, good afternoon, man. I tell you what, it is hot. Oh, what am I sitting in? That's just our Cybertruck office chair. We got another one. And we got something really awesome for this today. Reached out to a stellar company, and they were like, yeah, we want to be a part of that because we know we're not going to disappoint you. Check this out. So yes, indeedy, we actually did have the good fortune to acquire another Cybertruck office chair. Except for this one, you'll see some wires dangling down there with a little ET90 or an XT90 connector for airplanes. Well, why? Because we mounted on a cooling switch, so now the seat actually has its ventilation capabilities restored even as an office seat. The switches down, whoops, they're on the other side. This is the driver's seat one. But the switches over here to actually make the seat function, I have not wired those in yet. That's coming up. But we have something much more important to do with this. And yes, just so everybody can see, it is completely complete all the way around. I build these in-house. I've done, 13 or 14 of them. Not the Cybertruck. This is only number 3 because, as you can imagine, they are damn hard to find. Let me go get our package, which is right there. Some of the best stuff in the world comes from little mom and pop shops. This one just happens to be in Katy, Texas, with a little company called Pimp My EV. And, well, that's awesome. They sent us something white. I know exactly what this is because I asked them for it. We got white seat covers to go with our Cybertruck chair. Now this is especially cool because the seat covers will allow the ventilation to work through these. Some seat covers from, your AutoZone O'Reilly's, if you have heated and cooled seats, best of luck. The guys over at Pimp My EV, on the other hand, said challenge accepted. So I reached out to them a couple weeks ago. Wow, no, God, it's been probably a month and a half ago, actually. Time is weird when you get older. Trust me, it's not great. I said, hey,
you have something I want.
Seat covers. Actually, there's a lot of you that do, but for a couple friends of mine, we're sponsored by Pimp My EV with various goodies. And I said, hey, let's do a durability test. And they said, we like where you're going with this. We'll take that Pepsi challenge. I was like, great. So I work nights. There's cheeks in the seats 7 days a week, 10-hour nights. What a great way to durability test a set of white seat covers for your Cybertruck seat. Yes, this is going to my office. This is my new office chair. And the nights I don't work, I promise somebody else's cheeks will be in the seats. So we will get 70 hours a week nonstop on this. So we're going to break this video up into a few spots. This is going to be kind of like the intro. Here's what we got. We're going to lay it on the table. We'll check it all out. And then we're going to do a couple of videos a couple weeks apart, just seeing if we can get these things to break down. People are eating in their seats. They're shifting around. We're scooting around all day in these things, man. So we're really going to get a durability test on this, which was kind of what I was going for. Everybody, oh, can I have stuff for free? Can I have stuff for free? I actually wanted this to actually do a durability test. I think it's great content for you guys. It jazzes up my seat. Pimp My EV is a great company. So if you guys have any of this stuff, you don't even need a Cybertruck. Model 3 wise, go check their stuff out. It's actually pretty reasonably priced, all things considering, from all the other third-party suppliers. They respond to emails rapidly. They're an all-around great company. And I wouldn't have asked for any of this had I not thought that, because I don't want to promote garbage. They don't want to sell garbage, and you don't want to buy garbage. So it's a triple win for everybody. We'll see how this durability test does. So let's open up that box. Let's check it all out. Okay, so it looks like you just get a set of generic plans. Tesla Model 3, obviously, we have a Cybertruck here, but it actually is going to go through each of the directions on how to pull everything through, how to set everything up. Each of the pieces is named on here. In my case, all I asked for was the driver's seat. I don't need the full set. I didn't want them to send the full set. I have no need for any of that. I don't want any more than what I'm asking for. So just to make it clear, front driver's seat only, and that is looking like exactly what they sent, which is great. I don't want free stuff just for the sake of getting it. I want this to be a great use case. And when you flip the directions over, they show you how to tuck and roll and pull everything apart. They're going to have directions for the center console. So this is a complete instruction manual for a complete seat set. And like I said, we're only going to do the front driver's side seat on the Cybertruck here. So most of this is not going to apply to us. But what we are going to go over, and I'll do it off camera, is the familiarization. This is a very nice set. This is not a cheap set. And I want it to look really good on this. They sent this to us out of the kindness of their heart. They need to have a good review on this. Well, at least an installation. We'll see how good the review is after a month of cheeks and seats sliding all over this. I'm sure it's fine. So we're going to familiarize ourselves with this really fast. Let's get this opened up and laid on the table, see how it looks. Okay, well, they did send us a complete front seat kit. I kind of wondered about that. I guess they're not just going to separate to send one out. So we have a front seat passenger and a front seat driver. And as you can see, you've got all of your little clips and stuff to put in there. This is a really, really clean setup. And you can see all the perforations in there for the ventilation to come through. The first thing I'm really noticing that I'm not liking, and this is going to stretch out, there's no wrinkles in any of this. Yeah, it just shipped over from, mainland China. So, things like this are going to be in here. But the overall body of it, this is your butt seat right here. It does not have any wrinkles. It's got some decent cushioning in it. Wow, the butt part here has some really nice cushioning in it. The bolsters look really good. Stitching seems to be about on par with Tesla, and I've never had a seat come apart other than an airbag once, making one of those. But the stitching seems really good. These seem, marine grade, so that's good. And I'm not sure where this part goes because I haven't read the directions yet. So we're going to get down to that. We're going to charge up another camera so I can put it on a tripod so we can actually watch the install video on this. But yeah, so far I am absolutely loving the quality of this material. It's wrinkle free. I would imagine it's going to stretch over that really, really well. And when it warms up, and it's like 103 outside right now, maybe we'll actually put it in the sun for a little bit. We'll see what the directions tell us to do. And this should go on really well. So stand tight. We'll be right back. Okay, pay no attention to the 2026 Model Y Juniper seat. That one's on the back burner for now. It's actually done. Here we go. Here is our Cybertruck. And the first part we're going to start with is going to be the back plating on it. And there's nothing on the back side of the truck, or on the truck, of the seat that we actually have to pull off. The back of the Model 3 and the Y, the older ones, well, and the Juniper, they actually separate. Tesla's is fully integrated. So this is going to be really simple. What we'll do is you just kind of slide it down here. Make sure that the corners don't roll underneath, or you're going to have a field day trying to undo those. And then just take your time pulling it all down. It would probably be easier in the truck because it's bolted instead of on rolling wheels. So if you do end up making or getting one of these from me, this is going to be the hardest way to do it because it's not stable, but it's going down pretty well. I'm sure it's walking all over from the camera here, so I apologize if it is. Yeah, there we go. Just like that. And you'll feel it when it sits, or when it finally sits all the way down. You can feel it on the headrest and just kind of, mold it down like you would. There's parts that are going to get tucked in behind the trim plates. The back of it. Just kind of give everything a nice little tug. We're not trying to destroy anything here. That probably would have been great to know prior to putting it on. So you do have a zipper down here. These little guys will get connected under the seat. So at one point, I'm going to have to flip this around and then connect those up. So let me make sure I have all of this tightened down here really fast, and we'll move on to the seat. Okay, I just tried a trial fit with this. This is going to fit really well. These guys have to go under the back of the seat, and then they come back around. grab onto these. That way you can cinch it nice and tight. And then these guys, they're just gonna drop down and hook under the subframe under here. But what you have to do, and this is gonna be a little bit more of a challenge for me because this has already been converted. This is the back of the seat. So the back flap right here, like I showed you, goes under and connects. Under the Cybertruck, right here is the same back flap. I have to take these, just disconnect these, and then disconnect the Cybertruck's back flap because I have to be able to push my hand into here for it to come out the bottom. And right now, I can't get my hand down there because the black flap is in the way that comes off the back of the factory cover. So give me just 1 second. I'm gonna have to flip the chair upside down and then I'll show you what I mean in a little more clarity. All right, so here's the flap. It comes down around into here and is sort of held in place with the wiring harness. So you just undo it. You can honestly, if you really needed to, and you had an office chair, you could probably actually cut this and be just fine. So now we'll flip it out of the way. So now here's the back of the chair. We have to feed those straps through, and then we'll just run it all the way down here, getting around all the hardware, and then it'll connect down into here. Okay, so now here's the easy part. So we've got the two straps pulled down there, and you can see they're coming out of the back of the seat here. So pull, it's pretty simple. You want to make sure that you're not getting, since this is going to be in your truck, make sure you're not catching any wires and yanking really hard on that, or you're going to have a really tough time explaining to a Tesla service facility what happened. So take your time, walk around, pulling the straps and feeding it forward. Like right now I can tell that I'm hung up on something. So, just kind of tuck everything in really nice. And then just keep coming back and pulling and checking and pulling and checking. And then I think that's actually pretty good. So then we still have our clips on the side here. These trim pieces do pop right off. You don't need any special Tesla tooling or anything. You can start with the back, start with the front. Here and here, there's little pieces of plastic that are molded into this panel. Pull gently or you will break them. These two are already broken. You can get back in there with hot glue and fix them if you had to. Just be really careful. Same with the other side. There's a couple little flanges on there that when they come out of the mold, they are thin. So just pull nicely. The back of these have those little white clips in here. You still don't want to break them, but just, give it a nice little gentle tug and they will pop right off. So let's go ahead and continue just tucking this in and pulling on our ropes back here. All right, so what we're gonna do next is, well, that really sits nicely. I'm gonna go down and I have to run those white pull ties underneath all the bracketry. So I'm gonna do that really quick and I will be right back. All right, and we are good to go. So again, you have to remember, mine is a specific use case. The one thing I don't like is the third wheel right here, or the third clamp for the butt part. It doesn't have there's no strap to pull on it. Now, having said that, you're going to see that we have some wrinkling right here. These don't tuck in very well because mine is broken. There's those little snaps that break right there and there. So if this is functioning and you can get these tucked in and they stay, you're going to have an excellent time. This is a use case only for an office chair. In your vehicle, it's going to look a lot better. Like my strap right here, this is the metal bracketry that I have to take off. The Tesla ones are way up in here, so the strap won't look like this. The back, however, turned out really, really good. There's nothing that I had to change back here. Again, this will start to recess back in as this starts to form fit itself. It's 105 outside. It took a nice trip here from overseas. This is going to settle in very well. The back on it turned out absolutely great. Again, these wrinkles are just packaging wrinkles. These are going to go away. So with an office chair only, and I can't stress that enough, guys, please, please, please Don't take this as a fault of Pimp My EV. Your seat will not look like this in the truck. I have completely different bracketry under here. There's a screw right under here that has to come off. I don't remember what, I think it's a 10 millimeter, might be smaller. And all this gets tucked into here. I don't have this anymore. We're doing a test purely, Ranger, hi buddy, on how well these hold up after hours and hours and hours. So the quality is there. It's actually really easy to put them on. All the little clips underneath that you run down and under in here, just grab something metal under there and they hold on real well. They actually tucked in really nice over there considering I don't have the brackets anymore. But yeah, I'd say so far, so good. And again, please remember, yours will not look like that. Mine does, because it's been reconfigured into an office chair. We're doing a durability test. We're not doing, oh, look how pretty this is test, but they are extremely pretty. So I'm pretty happy with it. We'll get this up to the lab tonight, and tonight will be day one of Cheeks in Seats.